Hello, my cute cuddly Cancers. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi, and I am here to deliver your guided healing Pokémoncy and tarot reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for your support, Cancer. You guys came in third this month, but as a reminder, the top 2 videos with the most likes will be getting some promo codes as well as a twin flame bonus. So if this resonates, please hit that like button. All right, Cancer, let's hop into it. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. Surprise, surprise, we had the parasite card. So it seems like you are dealing with people who are parasitic. If you watched the Libra season reading that I did on Instagram for all of the signs, you had a lot of things that were umbilicaling themselves to you and absorbing your energy like the mother that you are, right? It's all these babies basically stealing your energy. And here we have the same theme coming up, that you are dealing with some parasites. We had the Book of Shadows come out, which the Book of Shadows is the notebook that you keep for your manifestations, your spells, right, and things like that. So if you are not, doing your own magic, then it could be somebody else. But I was really feeling that this is basically you and your own magic, your own manifestations, even if your Book of Shadows is in your own mind, but especially if you have an actual book. With the 8 of fire here and the 1 of water with the 10 of water, everybody's been getting this 10 of water signs. And I feel like it's because of this eclipse that people are, going 3 different ways, being split in possible timelines, 3 possible timelines. So the Book of Shadows here, right, with the 8 of fire, which is Neptune. So Neptune, it represents, existential reality, our connection to the divine source, our connection to mysticism, other dimensions, unseen forces. He's also the ruler of illusion and delusion. So again, it has to do with, spells and creating illusions and things of that nature. With the 1 of water, I'm getting that it basically started with the way that you're talking. It's like the way that your water, right, the cytosol of your cells is responding to your words with the dagger going into the water. So I feel like part of this spell is how your words, right, whether you're writing them or you're saying them in your head, are responding to your emotions. And this has caused the 10 of water, which is basically, being split in 3 different timelines and not really sure which timeline you're on. And I was getting this might not be for everyone, but for those of you who actually have a Book of Shadow, is that you have written manifestations or spells that actually can't coincide with each other in a way. And because of these, it's like you've manifested different timelines, basically. You haven't been clear and concise of exactly where you want to go, which is why you're being split in 3 directions at this time. We have trainer using trick shovel. So, trainer indicates somebody else's energy, right? And with trick shovel, someone is trying to trick you in order to dig for them, which could be, to do their deep work for them. That's definitely something a parasite would do, is like, connect to you and then make you do their shadow work for them, basically. And with the trick shovel, this can be tricking you in order to dig. They can also, sorry, I had an alarm go off. I didn't know that it stops my video recording, but luckily I didn't get very far. So trainer, trick shovel. So either they are tricking you to do some sort of digging for them, or they are tricking you by having you dig in the wrong direction, basically. And we have fairy type energy coming out. With fairy type for me is soulmate relationships, soul contracts. You do this, I do that type energy. So it looks like you have a soul contract with someone who is a trickster in your midst, which could also be someone who is doing magic and illusionary magic around you that is actually causing you to be split in 3 directions and not really know what to do about the situation. So, as you know, I follow the sky when it comes to astrology. So we are in Scorpio season. It's a very short time before we go into Ophiuchus season, which are kind of blended together in terms of the constellations. But what we are going to do for this segment's guided healing, we're going to take a look into what cycle are you stuck in? And then we are going to take a look into how do you break that cycle? How do you put an end to it? And then we'll look in how to transmute that energy into the rebirth that you want, right? In order to have your rebirth. And then we will, of course, look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So let's see. Oh, also Cancer, I got this message. There's something about pets and your pets wanting to send you messages in some sort of way. All right. For those of you who have pets, of course. Let's see here for Cancer. What cycle are you stuck in? Queen of my world, the child I was meant to be in reverse, an artificial heart in reverse. So Queen of my world definitely has to do with, I'm getting some, okay, it feels like somebody else who's like, oh, you're my queen, you're my everything, blah, 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 but it's not actually fostering your inner child. It's basically like, okay, you're in this queen status, but you never really got the princess, so to speak. Like, you never got to be the princess. There's this energy of like needing to be, in a queen status when your inner child is really struggling here, is what I'm getting. Like, you're rising the ranks and becoming a queen in some way, but it's not really the way that you want to be, if that makes sense. Like you were just kind of thrown into this queen position. Again, it's kind of like the mother situation, right? It's like you're just a mother, but you never really got to be the maiden, really, because you've always just been like nurturing and caring for other people and stuff. And so I do feel a wounded inner child energy. There could be some energy of like, I never want to have a child or something like that. With artificial heart in reverse, I feel like you're trying to be as authentic as you can of what you feel in your heart. You don't have an artificial heart. It's not like you've gone cold, right? Cancer, you rule the breasts and the heart. And it's not like you're trying to fake what you love, but there's still some energy of feeling like who your inner child knows you to be isn't being fulfilled in some way. Let's see here, Cancer. We have the 8 of Air in reverse and the Wheel of the Year in reverse. Yeah, so this is really causing your chakra system to be very imbalanced here. The 8 of Air, this is, a cycle of communication, which, of course is with other people, but more so the way that you're speaking to yourself, right? Because the way that you talk to yourself influences your chakra alignment. And because it's in reverse, it's saying that, the way that you're talking to yourself is causing your chakras to be very out of alignment. Like hyperactive or very underactive. It looks like you aren't spending enough time within to talk to your own self and to make sure that you stay balanced and that your energy is flowing, freely and effortlessly through your body. And with the Wheel of the Year in reverse, it's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, basically, which is saying like, hey, it feels like the Wheel of Fortune is not going your way. It's kind of like you're repeating these karmic cycles. You feel like you can't get out of them. And again, I feel like with the Queen of my world there, it feels like someone's putting you on some sort of pedestal sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it. There's also this feeling of like, oh, like I'm the queen and I can do whatever I want. And it's not that you're being fake about it, but it's like, okay, my self-care day, I'm gonna, eat a bunch of unhealthy stuff and just watch TV and da-da-da-da-da. And like, you feel like a queen like that, but it's actually not giving your inner child the nurturing it needs for self-care, which would be like, hey, we're going to be okay. Let's go eat something healthy. Let's, focus on something that can improve our life or something like that. Let's see, what's the light energy? We have Sneasel using Slash. Yeah, this is dark. It's a dark type, right? So there's darkness that is in the light. So it feels like you're aware of this shadow cycle that's repeating, that you feel like you can't really break out of it. And again, part of it is basically just the way that you're talking to yourself. With Sneasel using Slash, like this is a very sneaky type of dark energy that is basically slashing in. It says it has a cunning yet savage disposition. It waits for parents to leave their nests and then it sneaks to steal their eggs. Yeah, again, like this is, dark energy that's basically stealing your eggs, right? Like I was saying, maybe you feel like you don't want to, have kids or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be children, but again, it's like this dark energy is waiting for the parents to leave the nest. So it's basically, your own inner parent is gone, and then it steals the inner child. It's a very unhealthy inner child energy. This darkness is just stealing your inner child energy, basically. Let's see, what's the shadow? I was getting, for some of you, this also has to do with your relationship with the moon and the influence of your menstrual cycle, that it's causing some really not so great things for you. We have Binnacle using double scratch in reverse. So we have slash with double scratch in reverse. So I have a feeling like, you're trying not to make this influence anybody else, basically. With Binnacle, like fighting type, I feel like this is causing a fight between you and somebody else, but you're trying not to have it, like it involves somebody else, but you're trying to avoid it. And I feel like that's how you feel like the queen, but actually it's more damaging to your inner child than anything. It says two Binnacle live together on one rock. When they fight, one of them will move to a different rock. So there can be some sort of fear that the fight that you might get in with this other person will make them move away from you, or maybe you actually do live with them and that you're afraid that they'll move out or something like that. There's definitely some issues here. Let's bring in a card from Mother Moon to bring us into the extended. Like I said, what we will do is see what you can do to break that cycle in order to put this energy to rest, and then how we transmute it into the rebirth. And then, of course, we will look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. But let's see what Moon would like to bring us into the extended. A new start is coming. Okay, so you have a new beginning on the way. It feels like it's kind of inevitable, honestly. And, there's something to be said that if you put stuff off, then a tower moment comes, right? But if you, tackle it head on, then, it's usually a better outcome. We have nothing is yet set in stone in reverse. So yeah, something is set in stone, okay? And that's the new beginning that's coming. You can actually choose to make it set in stone of how this happens, but, the way the timeline is playing out, as we saw in the cleansing ceremony, it looks like it can go one of three ways. You know what I mean? But a new start is coming no matter what. So let's see in the extended if we can get some advice on how to make this new start the best that it can be for you. So if you'd like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.